2015 Maverick XDS turbo model. On the outside, it looks like most all other Mavericks that we've had, but underneath the skin, there's many differences. So for the new turbo, we've increased horsepower with a lot of mods to over the standard Maverick XRS from 101 horse to 121 horse, which is really great for this type of vehicle setup to go fast. So between intake, exhaust changes, new clutching, a complete different rear suspension system and rear end that we'll talk about in a minute, we were able to update the horsepower to 121 horse, dramatically increase the torque over our competitors, and no turbo lag. When you hit it, it just pulls hard right from the get-go all the way through the RPM range. So with the new Maverick XDS turbo model, it will come with the new intercooler system for the turbo. And what that allows us is a huge fresh air intake and speed to keep the turbo system cool for optimum power and usage. We also increased the new clutch system to handle the extra power. So now we have 3 huge air intakes into the new belt and 2 exhausts to get rid of that hot air out. And with the new clutch system, that also helps move that air, the cool air in and the hot air out of the belt area to keep that belt nice and cool. But we moved the air box from the front to under the rear rack, so it's a more direct system into the turbo and of course in conjunction with the intercooler system. So what we've got with the new Maverick XDS turbo is an all-new redesigned rear suspension system that has a 4-inch longer wheelbase than the XRS model. The new Fox 2.5 podium shocks, which are monstrous. One of the big keys with this, as this unit is built for speed, is we needed better stability, better cornering, and one thing that helps with the increased horsepower is to take the angle out of from the differential to the axles. So we get these as straight as we can, and every little bit helps when it comes to horsepower. So what's nice is over the XRS models is with the bigger shocks and the rear suspension, the other models had the bottom shock mount on top on the upper A-arm. But for this one, with the higher horsepower and it's more designed for speed and handling, we moved the bottom shock mount to the lower A-arm, which helps with body roll, a more predictable cornering ability with this thing, and at speed and the ability to take up the rough hoops and everything. It's just a whole different ride out of this unit with that. So new big shocks, a whole new setup on the rear end with all new subframe out here, 4 inches back to an 88-inch wheelbase over an 84 on the other models. New airbox system for the turbo setup. Of course, the intercooler up top, so we draw in as much cool air as we can get to keep the turbo cool. We've upgraded the clutch system of the unit to handle horsepower and just a smoother ride. So with this thing being a turbo, you don't feel any turbo lag. You don't feel anything other than just pure acceleration and hard pull. Side-by-side vehicles is the dynamic power steering that comes on a lot of the models. So it's a tri-mode system that allows you to change on the fly the different assist settings that you want for power steering. So you're out through the deep mud or the big rocks, the tight twisting through the trees, you can hit the switch, change it. You'll see it on the dash, and it will change it from a minimum setting to a maximum setting to make it a lot easier to steer through the tight, twisty stuff. At speed, or if you want to get out and do a little trail riding, hit it again. You can change it to medium. It gives a little less assist, so you feel a little bit more. If you get a vehicle like this one that likes to go fast, then you can hit it again for minimum, and you can feel more of the terrain through the handlebar, and it gives you a lot more feel and control over power steering at speed. So dynamic power steering, or tri-mode as we have, it gives 3 different settings for power steering.
Yep, so with the new XDS series, you can get it either in a turbo or non-turbo setup, but it will have a new suspension setup. You'll notice that the Fox 2.5 series shocks are much bigger with almost infinite adjustability on mainspring. So primary spring, secondary spring have individual adjustments for those. So depending on what rider, weight, and the type of terrain you're on, you can set that up almost any way that you'd ever want to ride it. Over our XRS series Mavericks that have been out for a couple of years, we gained 1 inch of travel in the front, 2 inches of travel in the rear, for 16 in the rear, 15 inches of travel in the front.